Hey, it's Dave Chilton, the Wealthy Barber and former Dragon on Dragon's Den. Welcome to the Wealthy Barber Podcast, where we'll be hosting some of the top minds in the world of personal finance. Yes, that's to balance me out. The podcast is about making the subject not just easy to understand, but dare I say, even fun, honest. Whether you're trying to fund your retirement, figure out how to build a down payment, save for your kids' education, manage debts, whatever, we'll be here to help you do it. Before we jump in, a quick but important note: nothing we discuss here should be taken as investment advice. We don't know you and your personal financial situation, so we're not here to tell you where specifically to put your investment dollars. We're here to educate, get you thinking, and we hope entertain. But please do your own research and/or consult with your financial advisor before taking any action. Hey, it's Dave Chilton, the Wealthy Barber, here with one of our podcast episodes. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited today. I've got Mark Scheifele on. He's one of my heroes. He and I are the two best athletes to ever come out of Kitchener-Waterloo. He chose professional sports. I chose writing. It's just the way it went. No, he's a great guy. He was really well liked in our community. Everybody thought of him as being very professional and kind and gracious. I got to know him a little bit at a restaurant we both eat, the Daily Grill. Shout out to the Daily Grill, trying to get a free breakfast. And again, just watching the way he treated the staff and everybody else, he's a great guy. All of you know him, of course, as the outstanding hockey player in the Winnipeg Jets, two-time NHL All-Star. Right now, I think he's leading the best team in the NHL. You guys are having just an incredible year. I'm going to start with a little hockey before we get to some finance. You're having your best year, I would argue. And, you turned 32 relatively soon. What do you attribute this to?
It's tough to say. I think the game of hockey is always one of those things where, when you continue to work on your game and you continue to focus on the little aspects of it, good things will happen. And obviously, playing on a fantastic team in Winnipeg, I play with some amazing players and, that I'm very lucky to play with, like Kyle Connor, Gabe Pilardi, Josh Morrissey. So, it's just one of those years that, I feel good. The body feels good. And it's been an excellent year here in Winnipeg. So, I owe that all the guys I play with.
Well, you also take this very seriously. I know that you're into nutrition, you're into fitness. Like, I would say you look like you're in better shape now than you've ever been, and you've always been a fitness guy. So good for you. And you're right, you've got some great linemen, but you left out Hellebuck in that whole list.
He didn't help with the offensive stuff. That's the thing. He doesn't. He's obviously fantastic. He's a big reason why I decided to stay in Winnipeg, to have a goalie like that. He's fantastic. He looks at the game the same way I do in terms of, trying to improve, trying to get better, trying to be at your best every single night. And, that's the way it is in Winnipeg with everyone. Everyone's looking to get better every year. And that's why we are where we are.
Well, one more hockey question. I love Kyle Connor. I mean, he's just an outstanding player, but what a great guy for you to have playing with you in the power play with your passing ability and his finishing ability. You guys have been a match made in heaven.
Oh, he's amazing. Like I've been lucky. I've been pretty much playing with him since he got into the league. And I still remember the game where he got bumped up a couple lines to play with me and Wheels. And he scored like second shift playing with us. And we were like, yep. This guy's pretty good, and obviously he's gotten better. His shot is amazing. He
Crazy.
Can just finish from anywhere. It's pretty special to watch. So I just try to get the puck on his stick in good situations, and he does the rest. So he's honestly been amazing to play with. I always say it's an honor to play with him, and I'm looking for a lot more years of exactly that.
Well, and he seems like a great guy too. When you watch him interviewed, he always comes across really well. So that's great. Now, listen, you are the captain of my fantasy hockey team, two-time defending champion, and you are leading me again this year. What I love, though, is you got a misconduct the other night, and we have a penalty minute category, so keep up the bad work. I don't like the Lady Bing stuff, all right? If you want to misbehave and get into misconducts for me, go for it. Swear, anything you have to do, just keep going.
Well, the wild thing is I don't swear, so I don't know how I don't know how I get so many misconducts for not swearing, for not really, obviously I get angry, I get heated in the moment, and somehow I find a way to get misconducts, but that's just the fiery side that comes out once in a while.
Well, keep it up. I love it. All right, let's talk a little finance. You and I first met because you stopped me and we talked about the Wealthy Barber. You read it when you were relatively young. I think your parents got you onto it and you picked up some of the habits. Have you managed your money pretty well your whole life, since you've been drawing an income at least?
Yeah, I definitely have. And, I credit that to, the team that I've surrounded myself with, and obviously the values that my parents, instilled with
Agree.
me at a young age. So I'm very lucky to have the people that are around me that are, give me advice and, help me along the way. But, it's crazy to think about I read the Wealthy Barber when I was 18, when I finally got my first NHL paycheck. And it was my agent at the time, Rob Cooper. He gave it to me and was like, this is a really good read. And the amount of times that I bring up, little snippets in that book, with young guys or whatever, and I would say, hey, like if you're trying to learn more about the financial world, read this book. It's the best way to kind of get introduced into just how to deal with your finances. Be simple. Be conservative with your money and save. And I've been very lucky to have a lot of great people teach me along the way.
No, you do. You do have a good team. I've gotten to know a couple of them. Rob's a nice fellow, and you've got other people that you've relied on, and they've all done a good job. Plus, you have a little bit of a benefit. I'm always preaching don't spend too much. It's a little easier not to spend in Winnipeg than it is in Vegas and Florida, and so you've got that advantage as well. Now, you don't strike me as a big party guy in the first place. You seem like a fairly low-key conservative fellow.
Yeah, honestly, I am. I honestly, the only thing I really spend money on is golf. That's my one thing. Golf clubs and going on nice golf trips. That's kind of the biggest thing for me that I spend my money on. But living in Winnipeg, exactly what you said. It's a small town. Pretty low key. Drive a simple car. Don't do too much other than that. So it's pretty easy to not spend money. And I'm not a big clothes or watches or anything like that. I think I wear the same 3 pairs of sweatpants pretty much every day, unless I have to go to the game for a suit. So, it's pretty easy to save money. Obviously, with the Canadian dollar right now too, and getting paid in American dollars, it obviously helps. But yeah, I'm a pretty low key guy. Honestly, my life's not that exciting other than golfing some pretty nice places.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, are you a really good golfer? I would assume you are with your tremendous athleticism.
I am pretty good. I've improved a lot over the last 5 years. So, that is the one thing I do a lot of in the off season is golf. And, I actually just finished hitting the simulator for a little bit at my house. So, and there's always the strive for greatness with golf.
Are you, do you play with Garrett Rank at all? I mean, is it allowed that you play with an NHL referee?
I've never played with Ranker before, but I have a lot of great friends that are really good golfers. I've never actually had a lesson. The only lessons I've gotten were from my dad as a kid, and then Adam Oates, my skills coach. He's pretty good golfer and a big golf fanatic. So obviously you go watch the players championships coming on this weekend. So I love to just watch the good players play, see what they do, see their mannerisms, and try to go emulate it. So. That's what I was taught by Dale Hawerchuk back in the day is with hockey is, hey, go watch. The best education you can do is watch the NHL. And, with golf, that's exactly what I do.
Adam Oates was my favorite player. When the Red Wings traded him for Bernie Federko, I literally almost cried because I knew it was a bad trade. And of course, he went on for the Hall of Fame career, and Bernie Federko retired, I think, at some point during the next year. And just an incredible passer of the puck and a joy to watch. And I know you work with him on the skills. He's got a good team as well. Like he's got a lot of smart people working for him. They've built a great organization there. It's a cool business.
Yeah, it really is. Honestly, like I was there right from the get-go when he decided to start doing it. And Adam's turned into an amazing friend, a guy that I look to for advice on pretty much anything. And, obviously his career speaks for itself. He was, one of the greatest passers to ever play the game. But,
No question.
the thing I respect most about him is just his strive for, knowledge and learning new things about the body and how it works and, how it can benefit his players. I think that's the coolest thing about him is he's always trying to find new things to help the guys he's working with and, to teach the team that's around him, how to be able to communicate that with, the players that they're working with to make them better. So, I'm very lucky to have Adam on my side and to learn from such a great mind.
Well, what's great? It seems like you're very much into improvement. You read The Wealthy Barber and you were young. You're always trying to become a better hockey player, a better golfer. I sense you're more passionate about golf than even hockey. Okay, the Jets have to accept the fact that that might be your number one, but you still love hockey. How exciting would it be to win the Stanley Cup? I mean, to bring it back to Canada finally after all these years. And you have a legit shot this year. You really do.
Yeah, it would be amazing. Like, obviously we've had a great year, and the playoffs is a tough road. But we have such a great group of guys. We have a great team, obviously a great goaltender. Um, so obviously that's the goal every single year is to win a Stanley Cup, and we have such a great team this year. It's gonna be exciting the next couple months, and hopefully we can continue to make strides, especially with the new guys that we just got to bring them into the fold and make this team a legit contender.
Okay, let's go back to finance quickly before we wrap up. You tend to stay to the tried and true. You're not getting involved in a lot of extreme investing or complicated tax shelters. Your team has emphasized kind of common sense, long-term approach. Don't take on excessive risk when you don't need to. I believe that's the way to go. But do you take any slice of the money and have a little extreme fun with it, be a little bit more aggressive, gamble a little bit, for lack of a better expression?
Honestly, not really. Like, for the most part, not really. It's pretty, that's kind of the way that, me and my team have kind of approached it since the get-go. Like from early on when I was 18, I was getting my first paycheck. It was, you save first and you spend after. And, when you just talk about the simplest form of growing your money and compound interest, when you have a chance to put money away when you're 18 years old, by the time you're, 50 and you're retired,
You're fine.
that money has grown for such a long period of time. So like when I'm talking to young guys, I think that's the biggest thing that I always say is, hey, put your money away early, especially as a young kid. You're not spending a ton of money on rent. You're not, you don't have a whole lot of house expenses, anything like that. When you get to put a lot of that money away and invest it and let it just grow for you, year after year, that's the easiest way to do it. And I still stick with that, to this day.
Mark, you're like a younger, better looking, more athletic version of Dave Chilton. Okay.
I
You
love
really
that.
have all the beliefs down. No, you've got it. Listen, it was a real pleasure having you on. You can tell I'm a huge fan. I mean, I was pretty excited when I met you. I love the way you handle yourself. You're a truly great player. And I think you mentioned Josh Morrissey and some of the other players. You guys have a great top 7, top 8. You've got good depth too, but I think you've got a real chances here. We're all excited. What a fan base. I mean, you go to a game out there in that arena, it's just rocking. You've got some of the best fans in the country. I love Winnipeg, by the way. I just spoke there again a month ago. I take almost every opportunity I can to get out in the area. The people are wonderful.
No, it's honestly, it is an amazing community. And, I've been here, I was drafted 14 years ago. This is my 12th full season here. And, I love this place. I made so many friends, on the team and outside of it. And, it truly is a special place. And it's crazy when you talk about the fan base, just thinking about the whiteout it gives me the chills.
Cool.
It's a really cool place. And, I've been lucky to be treated so well by this organization and the people that are a part of the Winnipeg Jets, and looking forward to the road ahead.
Okay, well, you're a classy guy, and thanks again for coming on the show. Enjoyed it immensely.
Oh, thank you. I'm just as big a fan as you are of me there, Dave.
Thank you.